Well, guys, this is not a episode we typically do. Like I said, I let everybody know here when I got my buck, it was just about pictures and stuff, but this is one that has never seen yet footage. Hopefully we'll get it on there soon.
Hopefully so.
But Jonathan, he and I are on our way to go get Mack, his big buck he shot last year. So hopefully soon, though, we'll get that footage out for you guys. Like I said, busy schedule, it's hard, but I promise it will be out there. But what you're about to see is the one and only Mack Daddy. So
he's a decent deer. I'm proud of him. Mainly, he's a 6-year-old, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Oh yeah, I mean, geez, that buck.
The biggest body North Carolina deer I've ever seen in my life.
A lot of people at the butcher said they thought it was one of the Midwest.
Yeah, they want to know where it come from. He's a big boy.
Oh yeah, but we're on our way to get Mack. Can't wait for y'all to see this, and he will be one of the background deer mounts in our upcoming podcast with Jonathan, and we're gonna try to do a live podcast. So y'all stay tuned for that. I've let everybody know about that, but this is one I'm sure y'all are excited to see. Y'all want to see the preview what the podcast is gonna be about? It's gonna be about this deer you're about to see.
Are we gonna take your picture with the deer? Huh?
You gotta chase that dog around if you want to. Try it again and see if she starts running. Are you running away from Mack?
Usually he'll take off.
Like he'll start the zoomies?
Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, folks, there's Mack. Jonathan?
Don't eat him.
Oh, gosh, that would be bad.
Don't eat him.
So, Jonathan, you got to tell us a story.
Turned out pretty good.
So, I know we ain't got the hunt on YouTube, but if you want to just give us a little breakdown of that one particular hunt, or maybe what happened before.
I'll give you a little short story here. So this is a deer I don't have a ton of history with it, but I knew he kind of ruled the roost in that area. There was actually a bigger deer rack-wise, a very good 10-point. This rack would go inside that other 10-pointer's rack, but this deer, he ruled the roost. He was the most mature deer in there, body-wise, and I mean he's the man in that area. So this is my number one, and that particular 10-point made it through the season, so he'll be my number one this year. But this isn't the biggest scoring deer I've ever got, but probably they're all trophies, obviously. But just the age on this deer, being 6 years old, had him verified by the biologist. He is 6 years old, and just outsmarting a deer like this, not once but twice. The first time I shot him and grazed his leg at 11:15 one morning, and he was in there with a doe, and shot him at 11:15, and he come back 5 days later with a doe. I was in there. I never thought he'd come back, and I didn't realize I hit him in the leg. All I knew is he was hit, and he was bleeding. So I looked for him for hours and hours and hours, and then finally went back and looked at the camera footage and realized I had just hit his leg. And like I said, I thought he was gone. He'd never come back, as old as he was and everything. But he come back 5 days later, and I got in the stand early that afternoon, and I think he come in with a doe again, and it was funny. I think I got him at seems like I shot him at 4:15 or 4:16, and I didn't get out of the stand until 5:20 because I was shaking. I was still shaking so much, just the adrenaline took over. But he's definitely a trophy for sure. Glad to have him back. It's crazy, this thing. So I killed a deer back in 2019, a 14-point, which scored more than this deer. And we actually weighed him. He weighed 223 pounds, which is a big deer for North Carolina. And this particular deer, Mack, was way bigger body-wise. But I wish I would have got him hung on a scale. But it's kind of a deal. It took me so long to get him out. I had to drag him about 350 yards by myself. Couldn't get a fuller in there, can't get a truck back there. It's a long drag by myself, so I rushed it, and you know, by the time I got him out of there, it was 8 o'clock at night, it seems like. So instead of worrying about getting him on a scale, I just got him hung up and got, you know, started getting ready to process him. So either way, definitely a trophy to me. One of my most memorable hunts for sure. I watched him for 51 minutes before I ever took a shot at him, and I ended up shooting him at 22 yards. So pretty awesome. Excited about telling y'all the story later on for sure, the full story.
That's right.
With a little camera footage.
That's right. Quite a bit of it. Hey, I've seen it, folks, but it's a surprise for everybody. So
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be good. And we also got some upcoming probably turkey footage as well.
Yep, I got some turkey footage.
That's right. And like I said, it'll be on his channel. And then, of course, on Hunter Ridge Outdoors, which is all of our channels, I guess. We're help supporting everything. But man, I'm going to tell you something. Folks, so the story, when he accidentally grazed his leg, literally, it probably wasn't even 10 minutes after you shot, he called me, and I could tell he was shaking. He said, "Tyler, I just shot a giant." He was not shaking.
So I've already scored him. I scored him after the drying time, got him scored, and I'll fill y'all in on the score later on, next time we check him out. But he's a good deer. I'm proud of him. I like to see all that gray in his face, but
that's a mature deer.
Yep, super proud.
Absolutely.
Definitely a trophy.
Absolutely. And like I said, he's going to be the background of our upcoming live podcast, and we're very excited. But, well, yeah, man. So, guys, I know this was actually, I wasn't even planning on doing this video, but I was like, Jonathan is part of this channel, and all of you guys are, but, hey, I was so happy when this man killed this joker. And, because, you know, and we all know Realtree's motto is what? Family, friends, and the outdoors. And if you don't have family involved, or you don't let them be a part of it, or friends, what good is it?
That's right.
So, and it's also a God's given talent for sure. But, and there's Jonathan's dog about having a little fit there. What's wrong? But folks, there's Mack, and probably in the next video you'll see of him will be our live podcast. So it's,
hold him out here so he looks bigger.
yeah.
Like a fish.
Yeah, the fisherman type stuff.
Yeah.
But folks, that is it, and the podcast is going to be very good coming soon. So, and what's your dog's name again?
Merle.
Merle. You signing out, Merle? With the tail wag.
You'll see him kind of come out on this trail, and this is when I knew for sure that he was going to come to me.
Giving y'all just a sneak peek of the story of Mack. The shots for a later time, but this is breathtaking right here.
There's another little 7-pointer off to my left here, and for some reason I feel like he's just locked on me. But I had been rattling, and there's a doe back in here in this brush pile. I didn't realize it, but another 10-pointer is coming in from my left where I've been rattling, like a 3-year-old 10-point.
Yeah.
And
man, he's beautiful right there. And there he is, folks. We got him mounted. Is this a temporary where he's going to be at for now?
Just a temporary for now.
Yeah.
But you can see there,
he owns the place.
He's a big boy. Look at that.